Welcome to Mortgage Punk. Welcome to the Mortgage Punk Show, everyone. I'm super excited because I got a great guest here with me today. His name is Caleb Claussen, and he is a fantastic realtor producer in the Wichita market. So, Caleb, thanks for coming on the show, man, and just being you. That's what I love about
Appreciate
you.
The intro.
Sounds
good.
You're just Caleb, and that's what I love. My wife told me the other day, Caleb, that when I launched my Mortgage Punk brand, she said, I think you're being the most yourself than I've ever seen you be.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Which is weird because it's not something I really wanted to do. Or so I wouldn't have wanted to connect like rock band vibe with mortgage business. I would have wanted to connect it to when I was in a band or when my wife and I were in a band. So connecting it to mortgages was a little bit silly. So maybe I don't take myself too seriously. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, if anything, that's your personality, and it gives you an angle. Makes you unique.
Oh, thank you. Well, what I love about you is that you just come in the way you are. You don't change for nothing. You just are who you are, and that's what I'm learning a lot. I'm learning the most about you, and I think that's going to make you, and already is, making you successful in your business. So
yeah, appreciate it. I hope that's the perception.
Well, hopefully anyone watching this gets a really good nugget right out of the gate to just like be yourself. That's it.
Yeah, no. I've done a lot of, I'm sure you have too, about like branding and a lot of research on branding and how do you stick out in a crowd and things. And just being yourself.
It's probably the best.
Makes you unique
because,
there's one of you. And so if you're trying to figure out how to differentiate, just be yourself.
Right.
Versus the person everyone else is trying to be, which is like, I don't know.
Unfortunately,
whatever you envision when you think realtor or loan officer or whatever.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I'm like a school of hard knocks person, Caleb. And so it took me probably like 20 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Well, it's actually like on trend now. It's like be more authentic. I don't think that was always something that was pushed.
Yeah.
But now more, even on different socials and what I am into, like YouTube, like pushing authenticity and more
the name of the game.
Real stuff. And I feel like different generations can sense it more and value it more or less. So
that's interesting.
It works now more than it used to, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, like I'm an 80s kid, so I grew up in a generation, no iPhone, no YouTube, no iTunes, none of that. And if I remember right, like marketing and branding and advertising was kind of like the movies. You sort of like dressed yourself up to portray something you're really not.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of pure marketing.
Yeah, I think like putting on a show or like trying to be something that you're not naturally has been the way to go for so long. And now, like I said, different generations, like they talk about Gen Z a lot.
Yeah.
Like they can sniff that out and they're not interested in that. They want more, they just want more real conversation, more.
Do you think that, what do you think is the number one contributing factor to that? Why?
Marketing. Like we've been marketed too much and we're getting hit by
oversold.
Yeah. We've been hit with so many different things. We're all on social media, which is over sensationalized.
Right.
And once you consume so much of that, and then you consume something that feels very real to you, then you, I personally like, that's like a breath of fresh air, It doesn't feel fake. And overproduced and it's more relatable.
Yeah.
And I think people are looking for that more now.
Yeah.
At least I know I feel that way.
Do you think like the lack of trust in like institutions and sort of some of that breakdown feeds that, I guess? Or just like enough of the last 50 years?
Yeah, I think that marketing in big businesses used to look different. Like used to have a real marketing budget. And you had to do print and billboards and all these different big things that people called marketing. And now anyone with a message and a phone can push their message out into the world. And so that's like, sped up how marketing has evolved and what type of content we consume and what influences us. Because now people are more influenced by, I don't know, some kid that has 1 million subscribers on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram than they are by the $1 billion marketing campaign of whatever, Nike or something.
Yeah.
And now Nike knows that, and every other brand. And so then they go and they get the local,
try to copy it.
No, they go and like have the people with those followings, and they market through them.
Right.
You know, they go into the creators and the influencers.
Yeah.
And so it just has shifted. But anyway,
do you think that messes up their brand though? I mean, that's kind of the point. The point of their brand is to be authentic, not to sell. But then they get approached by these big corporations to sell on their platforms.
I think if you take on, if like, I'm a big Alex Hormozy guy, like he started to talk about brand a lot.
Yeah.
And he just talks about it being like two things that you, you know, think of together.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just gotta be careful with the associations you make. Luckily, there's 1,000,001 different types of creators and influencers and whatever. So whatever product you have, there's a person that lines up with that. And vice versa. If you are the creator person, there's probably things that you actually genuinely like and use and consume.
So aligning yourself with products and corporations whose products you the influencer use, right? Yeah. Which that's interesting because we've got 8 sponsors for this Mortgage Punk podcast show, and they're all in the housing industry.
Yeah, so, most of that makes sense. Yeah.
So, and not only that, I'm so glad you brought that up. I use them. Like I promote these people. Mm-hmm. They're not just sponsors for the sake of being sponsors to pay for our, you know, small little production budget. But I use them so it's easy for me to promote them because I know who they are. I know how they run their business, and I know they'll do a good job serving other people. So one of those, I think a few of these you told me you didn't know, but Eric Hogan, he's a new business owner. So he's an up-and-comer, but he launched a company called Jericho Flooring, which is a flooring company in the Derby market. And so obviously when you walk into a room, you know, you show houses all the time. Would you say that floors are a pretty big deal when you walk into a house as far as first impressions?
Yeah.
So
yeah, when I help people sell their house, I usually tell them like the biggest ROI is like paint and floors.
Mm-hmm. Or the kitchen.
Yeah, or the kitchen.
Right? Or countertop.
As far as like easier to fix things.
Yeah.
Maybe those.
Well, so Jericho Flooring knows how to make a first impression unforgettable. And Eric Hogan and his crew don't just install floors, they craft the foundation for your entire space's vibe. So they do like hardwood, luxury, vinyl, carpet. They've got the style, skill, and service to make your home or business look killer from the ground up. So if your floors are looking tired and don't settle, upgrade with Jericho Flooring and walk on something worth showing off. Just call Eric, tell him Mortgage Punk sent you. And Eric, thanks again for sponsoring the show, man. Appreciate you big time. So anyhow, so I love that because I'm now thinking of podcasts that I listen to regularly and the products, just like I just did, the products and sponsors that they promote, I hear them often speak of using those products personally, like even when they're promoting it in their, 30-second commercial or whatever. So, but I never thought of that until you just said that. I hear it.
Yeah, and especially if you are a listener of the show. Like it's way more legit to hear that.
Right.
Chris this.
Yeah.
And uses this personally. Like it's a personal testimony.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like so much of a sellout as it does.
Right.
Hey, I'm promoting something I'm already going to be using.
Yeah. Just because they're giving me money. Yeah. Man, I love it. So guys, one thing that you're going to love about Caleb that I love about Caleb is he is super smart. I'm going to let him talk about his story, but he's just very smart. I think that sets you apart from a lot of other realtors is that you have that engineering background. And so data, for better or worse, data analytics, systems, processes. I mean, that's your vibe, man. And now you're leveraging it to your advantage in real estate, and you're just doing phenomenal. So I definitely want to encourage those watching this podcast to really listen to Caleb's story because he spends a lot of time researching and studying the market. And I'll let him talk about his YouTube platform a little bit. But man, I'm learning a lot from you, Caleb. So I appreciate you big time.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah.
You're making my wheels spin more than ever about social media. Do you listen to, you mentioned Alex Hormozzi's podcast? You listen to Gary Vee's podcast as much?
Not very much. I've read some of his books and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And it's all really good stuff. They're both big marketing and
Yeah.
sales guys.
Yep.
Alex more on the sales side, but
Right. Yeah. Gary Vee's like, you have a free phone.
yeah, he's like the personal
You don't
brand
have
guy.
to pay,
Mhm.
billions of dollars in corporate marketing budgets.
I think he's
It's
got some tactical,
totally free.
yeah. I think he's got some tactical stuff to say, but he's more like get out there and just do it
Yeah.
and create
Yeah.
a personal brand
Yeah.
and go crazy. And
Yeah. You're right. He is more motivational on getting you to just get out and leverage social.
yeah, because
Good
he's
point.
very personal brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like what all the stuff's about.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your story. So are you from Wichita? Give us some of your background. Like,
Yeah.
were you raised? What was your family like?
Yeah, my
Sort of
life
thing.
story real quick is I grew up in Valley Center.
Okay.
So went to Valley Center High School, played a lot of sports and stuff. Although I really don't care about sports personally, which is tough because I've tried a lot because I know it's a common thing for so many people.
What
But
sports?
what did I play?
Mhm.
Like football, basketball, track.
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like
Interesting.
varsity 4 years, like but never got the
So
bug.
you're good at it?
Yeah.
And you just didn't like
I
it.
was good at it at the time.
and didn't care.
No.
Who made you, like, what was the motivation?
All my buddies played sports
Oh.
and had to do something.
Okay.
And I was tall and athletic, so
So what were you the best at?
basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of height?
Probably definitely helped.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like football, I actually didn't play football my senior year because I had so many concussions playing football and basketball. But like I was
Concussion playing basketball?
Yeah. Yeah. Like hitting your head on the floor and stuff. I was like
man.
a scrappy, I dove for everything type of guy. A lot of my reason I got a lot of playing time was more enthusiasm than skill, I think, a lot of the time. But anyway, so played sports and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated, went to WSU, got it for engineering, mechanical engineering. I had a lawn mowing business in college. That was a big thing that shaped.
Interesting. You're an entrepreneur.
That shaped a lot of the entrepreneurial like drive and desire in me. And I eventually sold that to a nonprofit here in Wichita that like helps other high school and college kids start mowing businesses.
Who did you sell that to?
What's called Student Startup?
What's the name of the person that runs it?
Joe Woodward.
I know Joe. That's why I was asking.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
Joe knows everyone.
I know Joe very well. I
incredible guy.
I met up with him. I mean, we met years ago. I went to the same church together for several years. And so we'd get together and just have coffee periodically. And he would tell me, he would just give me the latest updates on the development of that.
So like
that was your
the
startup business.
So I sold my customer list,
book of business,
some equipment to them, and that's how they like got the mowing part like kind of jump started, I guess. And then I would help like a little bit here and there with kids, getting their business going and stuff.
Wow.
And then I've slowly not been able to help as much just because you got family and business and other stuff.
Yeah.
But
I know he's doing a great job at it.
Yeah. It's an amazing organization helping all sorts of people, especially like at-risk kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Start mowing businesses.
Get on their feet.
And,
work hard. And
teach them they can make money in legal ways and stuff.
Awesome.
Anyway, so
I love what he's doing. I had no clue that was connected to you.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Mm-hmm. So sold that mowing business, and then I got an internship. I sold it because I got an internship at Coke Industries to be like a design engineer intern. And it was actually an amazing opportunity out of college. I was a design and project engineer. I was there for like 3 or 4 years. When I left, I was leading a team of engineers. Design was like the design.
That was during the internship?
That was after the internship.
After the
Like I started full time, like right when I graduated.
Okay.
Or I was already working full time. Like I had Coke when I was at school. I was just trying to get the piece of paper, honestly. Yeah. And then, but anyway, I was at Coke, and but the entrepreneurial bug that I caught having a mowing business, I knew that being an engineer at Coke or whatever or anywhere wasn't like my end goal. And so I started researching different businesses and things I could get into. And real estate, as far as being an investor, was the first thing that caught me onto real estate. So started buying rentals, fixing them up,
Mm-hmm.
and renting them out. And that was my initial escape plan from the corporate life.
You probably had a pretty good paycheck working
Yeah.
as an engineer
I
at
mean, for
Coke,
like,
so you could do that kind of stuff, right? A
yeah,
little bit of money to play with and
yeah,
invest.
like
And
bankers. Yeah. When I took my first deal to a banker, it was like, I'm like 21 or 2 or something. And I'm like, hey, I want to buy this house. And, here's my plan. And I was an engineer. So like, I've got a spreadsheet and this is how much money I'm going to make. Here's how I'm going to spend on X, Y, and Z. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. I was
right,
like, oh, okay,
pretty easy.
let's do it. It was a commercial loan. So it was different.
Yeah.
But, so started doing that. I quickly realized that in order for that to replace my income at Coke as an engineer, I'd have to do that a lot. Like I'd have to take on a ton of debt, have to buy a bajillion rentals to replace that income. And so I was like, well, that's not going to be fast enough for what I'm shooting for.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had my realtor at the time, and I was like, man, can you make any money being a realtor or a real estate agent? And he shared a little bit with me, and I was like, dang,
What am I doing
I
in
should
the
do that.
corporate world?
Yeah. So I got
Who was that? Remind me.
Larry Hall.
Oh, that's right. It was Larry.
Yeah,
That's
out of
right.
Valley Center. My buddy. Yeah, we went to high school together, and like he was my realtor at the time.
Yep.
And I was
He's
like,
a good dude.
I
Love
was like,
Larry.
man, can you make any money as this real estate thing? I was just looking for options. And he shared just a little bit just between us. And I was like, dang, I should become a realtor and just try to do that. And maybe that can replace my income to the point where I could go do that full time with the investing part. And I got licensed like a month later. So just crash course it super quick.
So you just said something I think is really important for people listening to understand, especially realtors, which you helped me kind of tweak my thoughts on, where this show is going, at least with these interviews. But if other realtors are watching out there thinking that they're where you were, thinking, oh, I'm going to go build this huge investment portfolio, right? Flip homes or whatever, have a bunch of rentals. You said just now you came to a point where you realized that, okay, that's maybe a little harder and a little more long term.
It depends
Really try to, because the cash flows on these properties are not monster.
Well, today it's nothing.
And today it's it's next to nothing.
It's next
because of interest rates.
It's very hard to cash flow on rents today. But even back then, it just depends on like, relatively risk averse guy, not trying to take on crazy amounts of debts for whatever my tolerance is.
Right.
And so I was like, I don't think that's the model that's going to get me out of Coke. And so I was like,
and it was because the cash flows. Is that what you were looking at?
Yeah, I was trying to
made you realize that. Oh man, I'd have to have like 200 of these.
Yeah, I'd have to have a ton of these to replace my
your income at Coke.
And so it just wasn't going fast enough. So anyway, got licensed within like a month, just like fast as you can do it. Just doing it like after work. I was working like 60 hours a week at the time at Coke.
Oh man,
sometimes more. Got licensed, was showing houses. Did not right when I got licensed, did not have any kids yet.
Okay.
But me and my wife were married for a year or 2 at the time. And
where'd you guys meet?
We both went to Valley Center. Met her in middle school.
Okay. Oh no kidding.
Yeah, just like middle school.
Did you guys date in school?
Yeah,
you did. Okay.
Throughout high school.
Did she think you were a good athlete?
I guess. Yeah.
Or did she not care about that?
We both played sports. Like she was really good at track and cross country.
Okay.
And then like I did the other stuff.
So did any part of you staying in sports have to do with her or no?
My freshman year, instead of playing football, I did do cross country just to hang out with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and I had got
who ran faster?
Oh, I did so terrible at cross country.
Okay.
I was a sprinter in track.
So she beat you.
Yeah.
A long distance.
No, I do not enjoy running. I'm a sprinter. But anyway, yeah, I started selling houses, and after being licensed for a couple months, we did have our first kiddo. And during that maternity leave, I only took like 4 weeks off. Coke gives you like 6 at the time.
Okay.
Anyway, I took that time and I went like super hard on
real estate,
like cold calling, working Facebook
Who were
leads.
You calling like.
Well, I was running like doing lead generation through Meta ads, which is like Facebook and Instagram, Google ads, which is like pay per click.
So you're investing at this point. You're investing your own money.
Oh yeah, because I was still working at Coke
now,
and I was motivated to make the real estate thing work.
Okay.
Like I would knock on doors, I would cold call, I would do all these lead generation things, and everything that would potentially get me more deals.
So okay, so you're doing social media, sponsored ads, you're cold calling, right?
At the time, yeah.
Cold calling who?
Just neighborhoods. Load up a neighborhood,
Okay. Did you buy a list? Is that what you did?
There's different like softwares and stuff you can do to like pull phone
Data.
numbers. Yeah, data.
Okay.
And just
So you're using those real estate software platforms.
I was, yeah, not something I would like endorse or do today, personally.
But that's you're essentially door knocking, but on the phone,
Yeah.
right? You're calling
So
homeowners.
as far as like if you're
neighborhoods.
motivated to make business happen, you need to talk to people, and I talked to thousands of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was an engineer, so like I'm way more.
Not on the phone.
I'm like way better at like talking to people now, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, like presence and like conversational.
That's wild, Caleb.
But
going from an engineer to picking up the phone and cold calling, I would think like those two things don't even
no,
like fire and ice.
Yeah, it was like
You
soul.
know.
It was like soul draining. It was like terrifying. I get like the sweats before I would do it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, no, it wasn't my thing.
You were motivated.
I was super
Like, you were
motivated.
highly motivated.
But from when I got licensed, this is in 2021. So, like the market was insane.
Right. Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
crazy. And so really good time to get in it. But anyway, from like 6 months from when I got licensed, after that, I was making the same or more selling houses, in the evenings
Within
or
6 months.
in the weekends and over lunch within 6 months. And so I was like, we saved up a little bit of money, paid off all our debt besides our real estate. And we're like, I'm going to do this full time.
That's crazy.
And my wife went
Dude.
part time as a nurse. She was a nurse at Nick Wesley.
And she went part-time?
Yeah.
Over it? And this is all within your first year. Now you did enter the industry in a super hot market.
Mhm.
So that you had that going for you.
Yeah.
The
Definitely,
momentum of the market, or the upward momentum.
that definitely helped. As far as like people are more motivated to move. You still had to get the word out and like talk to a lot of people. And it was,
I think that's the name of the game, don't you? In our
like
industry,
half of the realtors licensed today got in at that time,
right,
or something like that. And so it was very competitive.
But for you to go in your first year, now you entered the hottest real estate market that we've seen since 2008 crash in 20 and 21.
Mhm.
But still, to see someone hit the ground running and literally go in the first year surpass an engineer income, which I kind of have an idea what that kind of income's like at Coke. That's a pretty big accomplishment, man. I mean, that's a big paycheck. It's not like you're making $40,000 a year as an engineer.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a big paycheck.
I did like 20 deals in that first year or something.
Which is about 4 to 5 million.
Yeah.
Production.
I think it was just under 5.
What's the average realtor produce? Do you know those numbers? Caleb, in the industry, what's the average realtor?
I used to know in like
80 to 90%
stuff.
of realtors. What do they?
I think the
close?
average realtor closes like 4 deals a year.
So which is a little less than $1 million a year.
Yeah.
You close almost 5. So
yeah.
5 times the average realtor in your first year.
Yeah, something like that.
That's amazing, man.
Something like that.
How's that make you feel? Or how'd that make you feel at the time, I guess?
I good. I had a lot going on. I was trying to flip houses and do more of the rental stuff. I eventually shift the focus to like, let's just be a really good realtor, focus on increasing that income. And now I'm swinging more into the investment stuff again. But yeah, I mean, it felt good. I mean, I was definitely hustling and like just trying to make it happen, and it does. But it was different than like Coke, it's commission based, and like the paychecks are lumpy. You might make $0 one month, you might make $0 2 months in a row,
right?
And then you make a whole bunch, the next.
Yeah.
So you got to like learn how to weather all.
Yeah, and that's what blows me away. Because you're an
engineer,
man. Engineers and stability kind of typically go,
yeah,
hand in hand.
Yeah. So I like joke that I'm like a recovering engineer and
an entrepreneur but some entrepreneurs though are great. Like they're technicians at something. They're really good at a product or making a product or inventing a product.
Yeah.
That's what catapults them to start companies and start businesses.
But yeah, like people hear that I used to be an engineer, and they're always like, what made you quit doing that? Because like real estate agent, I'm not saying it's like not respected, but when someone thinks of engineer, for some reason,
because you got the degree.
Yeah, it's like a higher education required.
Just become an engineer.
Yeah,
anyone can go take their license.
Yeah, $1,200. If you got $1,200, you can go get your real estate license, or whatever it costs. So, Like that's the first impression I get. And then usually it's like good feedback. They're like, we like that you were an engineer at Coke, which is like a respectable place, I guess.
Yeah.
And I should mention it more, maybe. But anyway, that's always the impression that people have, is like they're surprised to hear
that you went from that to real estate. Well, speaking of real estate transactions and the real estate market in general, and I don't know if you're too familiar with this title company, but Old Castle Title is a new title company in the Wichita market. They're located out west in West Wichita. And I've been really trying to get behind their business and their staff and their team. They sponsor the Mortgage Punk Show. So every real estate deal needs a rock solid finish, and that's where Old Castle Title comes in. Kerry Leonard is one of the owners. He's also a pretty well-known appraiser in our market here. And he and his team are definitely pros who make sure your closing process is smooth, secure, and stress-free. They handle the details, perfect your investment, and keep everything moving so you can focus on the excitement of your new place. In this business, you need more than a title company. You need a trusted partner, and that's Old Castle Title. They'll help you lock it down, punk style. Call them up or tell your realtor, hey, Chris says there's a great title company. There's only one location, so that is, one aspect of their business. But they do a really good job, and they take super good care of people, and I'm behind them all the way. We send them a lot of referrals, especially on the investment side of the fence as well. So if you need title, call Old Castle. Tell them Mortgage Punk sent you. All right. Thanks, Old Castle, by the way. So I love this, man. Your story is crazy. How did you where did the marriage piece come in here? Because you got kids now. You're married.
So we got married in 2019. We've been married like 6 years.
Okay. So is that when you graduated from college?
Yeah, I graduated in 2019 as well. Yeah.
Did she go to?
She went to WSU. She graduated a semester before me. Was a NICU nurse at Wesley, which she loves. Would love to keep doing that or do that again once we have like capacity with the kiddos and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, we started having kids pretty quick. So now, like today, we have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old. She's turning 3 this month, and then a 10-month-old. So there's like bang, bang, bang.
You have more?
Yeah.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. I think we're like less in a rush,
Yeah.
Because like 3
You're
little
space them out and then knock out another.
Yeah, I don't know.
One or
Go on
two?
another run.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we'll have a 4th one.
That's awesome. So you guys got married pretty much right out of college. You went straight into that position at Coke as an engineer.
Yeah, I was working there for like 2 years before we got.
Was your wife was she freaking out when you told her, hey, honey, I want to no longer be an engineer and run with this real estate? Or did she feel comfortable with it because you had that like sabbatical break and she saw progress? I don't know. What do you think she was thinking?
So yeah, like her background was way more like conservative. Like both of her parents have like W-2 jobs,
super stable.
Forever. And so did my dad. My dad worked at Coke, still does.
Okay.
And so, but entrepreneurial ideas and like more risk. She was much more risk averse, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, like it made her nervous, and I think that's normal too. Like if you read about books on marriage and stuff, usually talks about like the wife wants stability,
right,
and things. And so I was about to just like shake up everything.
You're like,
risk it all,
honey. I'm going hunting. I don't know if I'll catch anything.
Yeah.
And for dinner, but I'm going.
But it's not like, I mean, 6 months is a relatively short period to like just change complete career paths.
That's just wild.
But at the time, like I was making money. I was making more than I was as an engineer at the time. So it wasn't like I hadn't made $1 yet and let's just quit. So
yeah.
And we had made a plan, like we're gonna save up X amount of dollars as like our emergency fund, and we're gonna pay off all of the consumer debt minus the real estate. And that made me feel, because I also want to feel very secure. It made me feel a lot better.
So you made calculated risks, which is good for you because as an engineer, you calculate.
Yeah. I'm like, how many months can I go without ever selling a house again until we like start?
Right.
And, we I think we put it on paper and like, we could survive for like a year. be fine
Okay.
if I didn't sell another house. And I was
So
like,
you had some runway
yeah.
that
So I was like,
gave you some level of assurance.
and at the time, I had the grit and the guts and the whatever to make it happen, and I made it happen.
Man,
Um,
that's an incredible story. I hope that if you're watching this and if you're like newer in the industry or a newer agent or maybe you're not even an agent and you're just trying to shift careers or do something new, like replacing an engineer's income in the first year of business in real estate specifically. That's like, I mean, dude, that's a Mount Everest, you know, uh,
yeah, I appreciate it.
endeavor.
But I do joke to like
That
folks
does
that
not happen that often.
I joke to
That's
people
huge.
that I traded like a 9 to 5 for a 24/7 because I did.
You're more now, probably.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And at the time, like at that transition, I was working every waking moment, like making this
Yeah.
thing happen. And I had a lot more in the tank than I think I do today, just because of kiddos and stuff. Like you only got so much
Yeah.
energy and
That is.
capacity and
Yep.
whatever. And that was another thing too. Is like I need to transition now because it's only going to get way harder the more kiddos we have
Mm-hmm.
and more responsibilities and
Did you have
commitments.
three
Now we have 3.
little girls,
Yeah, all 3 girls.
and you came from a family of
I had 5 sisters.
5 sisters?
Yeah.
So Caleb, you are that's your lot, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. You may have another one, so maybe you'll break the
Honestly, it could. If it's another girl, great.
female chain.
I'm cool with it. I think I'm thinking short term, but I think as babies, the girls are maybe a little easier. Maybe
Hmm.
and as baby boys, like they're a little more ornery and crazy.
Yep.
And maybe it like shifts maybe later in the years. I don't know.
I've got 1 girl and 3 boys, and those boys just tackle each other and fight constantly. I
Yeah.
just want to tackle them myself.
Yeah.
You know? Tell them to knock it off.
So
So when you had that first year success, was it a combination of selling real estate to families or just individuals looking to buy homes plus the investment stuff like house flipping? Was it a combination of those two, I guess, endeavors that pulled together the revenue you needed or the income you needed to
I was
replace?
buying like rentals and stuff just to buy, fix up, rent, rehab, and
Oh,
hold like
okay.
the burr strategy.
So then majority of it was just selling houses then.
Yeah, primarily, and then also like helping investors buy rentals and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
still,
doing sales.
at the end of the day, they're just it wasn't necessarily that you were flipping 6 extra homes,
Yeah, no, it was
making $20,000 profit on
pretty
each
much
one, and
almost
it was
all
all just
based on
transaction.
transactions. Yeah.
No joke. Dude, that is a killer story, man. I love it. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show because one of my goals is just to feature the top producers in our market. Maybe move it to other markets. We'll see what happens. I don't know as the show develops, but just to feature top producers, you know what you do in business day to day, how you make it successful, what it takes.
Mhm.
If you're in the top, your sales are in the top, what, 5% probably.
Yeah, whatever the top
10% or
100
less.
in, I think there's like 2,500 agents. I think it's like 4% or something.
Yeah, and you're in the top 100.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's not easy. Have you ever had a realtor tell you, I'm going into real estate, like I have a more flexible schedule?
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay, you thought this. Okay.
I think everyone does. Anyone probably going to any.
And now what do you think? What do you think about that statement? How do you?
It definitely can be more flexible, but you're more, you're flexible on everyone else's time. So a lot of your business happens when other people aren't working, so like weekends and evenings and whatever. Right. So it's just different. But then I also get, and maybe I'm just bad at setting boundaries, but I get texts and calls up until like 9 o'clock and stuff. Yeah. So especially if deals are going south, like,
do you respond?
Yeah.
You do.
Well, less and less, as I'm like maturing and getting better at setting boundaries and stuff. But I've negotiated deals at close to midnight.
Right.
And like, we're trying to get a signature. We're trying to do whatever.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that maybe there's 2 different angles maybe that people come at with that question? Because sometimes when I get a newer realtor telling me I want a more flexible schedule, what they're telling me is I want to be able to let off the gas, and
I want to be my own boss. I want to.
Yeah. And then And then maybe others come at that same statement from, I just want to be able to, shift my hours. Not that I'm going to work less, but I just want the flexibility to shift my hardworking hours, around in different ways. Do you think that's true? That maybe there's two different
I'm not personally
motives or angles that people come at when they make that statement, especially in real estate?
Yeah, I think the motive, like most people that get into real estate don't think about actually creating a business and running it as a business and stuff.
Right. Because what happens? Do you work less or more, Caleb?
Much
A
more,
lot more.
much more. And yeah, I think when they get into it, they're thinking of, I'm gonna have all this flexible schedule. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and blah blah blah.
Right.
And you actually can. You just won't sell any houses.
Right. I think this statement is totally profound because I get it all the time. I hear people say that, and sometimes I'm bold enough to tell them, "You're going to work harder. You're going to become a business owner. Business owners don't work less; they work more and the most.
Yeah, your marketing,
everything's
sales, fulfillment, customer service,
all of it.
accounting. Your
like, startup company
to do it at a level that I think you have to do it to make it worth it.
Right?
Because I don't know. I couldn't sell a small amount and it'd be worth it to be like on demand, on call. People have access to you,
right?
Emotionally, even in a transaction and stuff.
Yeah, you have to really surpass your income as an engineer.
Yeah, if it didn't pay what it did, it wouldn't be worth it.
Make up for working more,
working more and working harder in just the type of work it is, because it's not just fill out paperwork and boom, done. Like, hey, I can do that today.
Yeah. What do you do to make yourself show up? I mean, when you were at Coke Industries, you're an engineer. I'm sure you had to be at your desk at a certain time every day, right?
That was a crazy
show up to play.
Yeah. When I quit Coke and I was like, okay, cool. We're going to keep going super strong and working in real estate now. But the next Monday, maybe my last day was on Friday or something. I don't remember. But I showed up at like 7:45 or 8 a.m. and I was the only person in the office. Like, not
in real estate?
Yeah. And not a soul showed up until like 9 or 10 maybe. And I remember talking to like some bigger producers in the office at the time. I was like, where is everyone? Like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, I think most people show up around like 9 or 10 or whatever it is. And, we work until the evening. So I think it's okay to like come in later.
Right.
And at the time I was like, I thought to myself, man, I'm just going to keep coming in at 7:45, just beat all these people.
Crank.
Yeah. Like, I'm just
going to work. Evidently. I mean, it sounds like it worked to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I love marketing.
So you still showed up in the office?
Yeah.
Even though you went to real estate, you showed up in the office. You showed up on time.
Now I have gotten not as disciplined in that because what they said is true. Like, we work all these different crazy hours. So, it's okay to come in later and, try to figure out what hours make the most sense for you to be most productive.
But do you think that there's something to showing up at a consistent time?
Yeah, 100%.
That is a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Where
it's like other people are better at time blocking than I am, but treating it like a business. If I was the CEO of Me Incorporated and I worked for myself, I would want me to show up at this time, get this work done, and expect this result.
Yeah.
And every so often, you got to remember that because over time you can kind of just drift towards whatever, doing whatever, whenever,
relaxing. Yeah.
You got to remember
what got you there.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to take a minute to talk for just a few minutes about someone that I know very well. That's just an incredible entrepreneur, and he's just done a phenomenal job at building multiple businesses, one of which I'm a part of, and that's Travis Whistler with TW Custom Homes. You said that you showed one of his properties recently, and it was not on the cheaper end and not on the highest luxury end, but like right in the middle, very well priced and with quality work, right? So I just want to take a minute to do a shout out to Travis and thank him for sponsoring the Mortgage Punk Show. Travis is just like I said, he's an amazing business owner. So if you are stuck with a dream home on your Pinterest board, I think you need to call Travis and TW Custom Homes because he can bring whatever's on your Pinterest board to life, whether it's a modern masterpiece, a farmhouse or something unique that doesn't even have a name yet, he can design it and build spaces that fit your style and your life. With TW Custom Homes, it's not about building just another house. It's about crafting your house down to the last detail, from blueprints to move-in day. Travel, so make sure it's done right. You can tell Mortgage Punk sent you, and anyhow, and give him a hard time maybe for me. But love Travis. So thanks again, brother. So anyhow, so let's talk about for just a minute. What do you do now to make sure that you don't drift into a cycle of just not showing up like you did at 7:30 in the morning when you first started in real estate, or
Right.
not pounding the phone and calling 100 people this week to make
Mm-hmm.
your goals happen?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Like I said, I do go through cycles of when I'm like on the ball and I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
And I'm accountable to myself and stuff. And then every so often, you drift into being less disciplined.
Well,
The business comes and you're just trying to deal with it. And then you fall out of your habits, your good habits and stuff, just trying to keep everything together.
what's the wake up, like what wakes you up to that?
Well, I think this is pretty common in real estate. And I think it's something that will probably happen to every realtors, but like the roller coaster of get a bunch of deals, you're trying to service them all, get them all
Yeah.
closed, and then they all close,
close.
and you stop doing all your stuff that got you the business, and then
Mhm.
you're like, oh shoot, I don't have any money coming in. We got to do this again.
Yeah.
And then
So the roller coaster cycle is a
cycle repeats.
constant wake up call.
Yeah.
What do you think you need to do to fix that?
Time block, be disciplined, don't stop the things that got you to where you're at. Which is tough
Keep
because
doing the lead gen
which is tough
all the way
because
through.
like I said, your marketing, sales, fulfillment, customer service, accounting, your all these
love it.
different things, and then throw in servicing 10 or 15 contracts at a time, and that becomes really tough to maintain.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, hiring an assistant. I finally got a part-time assistant.
Build a team.
Yeah, build a team.
Yep. I think that's
get serious about making it a real business.
Yep.
And we're deciding, like, there's a lot of things. If you want to scale up, build a team, do bigger and better and crazier, or you decide, cool, I'm really happy producing 10 to 12 million a year.
Right.
And I can
That's what I want.
systematize that right here, make it good, or whatever.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Wichita Dad. I know this is your heartbeat, your passion. It's where you're taking your business, and man, I'm learning a lot from you when it comes to YouTube. I had initially launched my Mortgage Punk brand to go YouTube, and then there was so much time wrapped up in it. I didn't put my all into it and shift. I guess maybe I didn't understand it enough, but that's what I had initially thought I was going to end up doing with this whole brand, and the whole reason I even launched it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up not doing YouTube and just pushing all the regular social platforms. But you've got a YouTube channel. It's called The Wichita Dad. It's very unique. I don't really see anything else out there like it. And so I love that about you, is you've got something
not like
no one else
exactly
is doing.
how I'm doing it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. When did you launch it? What made you go that direction? Where's it going?
Yeah. So, like a little bit of backstory. Like I said, I've done a ton of lead generation through every method that is
you can think of
commonly known
in real estate,
like cold calling, door knocking, leads through all the different things, meta ads,
online
Facebook,
leads,
Google, all the things.
Right.
And you have to work so hard. You're chasing after these people to try and get them to end up buying a house with you.
Right.
And it's something like internet leads are like, you can close 3 out of 100 that you talk to.
That's funny.
And then the sales cycle in real estate is like 3 to 6 months to years.
Right.
Sometimes
so you got to go through hundreds
of
on. And the reason I'm laughing is because we filmed another podcast before you, and I threw out the 3% national conversion for online lead gen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get like 5% if you're great.
Right, 3 to 5
if you're exceptional.
Right.
But
it's burning through a lot of people.
And if you can tolerate that, then awesome. You can actually force a lot of business to happen.
Yeah.
But it's the second you stop, you're done.
Right. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. So I've gone through all these things. I'm like, man, what is scalable and what is something that I can do consistently? What do I enjoy? And started making social media content. and I've actually enjoyed that quite a bit.
Mhm.
But short form content for Instagram and or not YouTube, for Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. Never really did do TikTok. Um, it's it works, but it's so saturated today. There's so many, like, we kind of like missed the opportunity. There's so many agents on there. To really stand out, you got to do crazy things. You got to be
Right.
super entertaining. You can't just,
Stand on a high heel
yeah,
on a
exactly.
table.
You used to be able, like, in 2019, if you, or 2021, for example, if you had an Instagram and you were putting out even just educational content of realtors, like for realtors, like 5 home buying tips, or here's how to negotiate, blah, blah, blah. No, but today there's so much of that, no one
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah. It's
And so,
noise now.
yeah, you won't, you will get zero traction. You have to show off incredible, sensationalized content, a million, bajillion dollar houses, or just be super entertaining, rap,
Right.
uh,
Yeah,
be
wild
be a
things.
comedian,
Yep.
or whatever. And so I don't really want to do all of that. And you have to post constantly, daily.
Mm.
Like, you post today and it's gone tomorrow.
Right.
Like, the content's really not evergreen. It's like you post it and it's done. And now you
Mhm.
got to post tomorrow.
Right.
Ideally, you're posting multiple times a day.
Right.
And so I was just looking for something that was more sustainable, more scalable, something that builds on top of it. And it's kind of how I come onto YouTube. In other markets, there are YouTubers or realtors that have YouTube channels about their city, and they're not salesy realtor vibes.
Right.
They're about their city, sharing the cool things that
Really
everyone,
authentic.
yeah, that people should know about the city. What's, restaurants to eat at, suburbs to check out, school districts, crime, and like things that people would actually want to know, about their city. And so I decided to go all in on YouTube. So
Mhm.
now I don't do hardly any social media stuff. Um, just focusing on making YouTube videos, and the channel's
Featuring
called,
Wichita. Just
exactly.
featuring the best and the highlights of living in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I decided to make a YouTube channel. It's called the Wichita Dad, and I did it that way. So it's truly just on brand,
Relatable.
relatable,
Yeah.
who I am.
Just you.
And the brand is not Caleb Realtor Guy. It's
Right.
Caleb sharing about Wichita
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
as a dad of
That's
3.
not where you're trying to bring value
Mhm.
to the community and people coming into the community. And you're just focused on that,
Yeah.
which is a winning play because you're not focused on
Yeah.
I want to be your realtor. That's why
Exactly.
you're doing well.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually just, like, in the videos, I'll share, like, I'm in real estate, so I'm all over the city all the time, and I've got kiddos, so we're finding things to do, places
Yeah.
to eat, all the things that are interesting, especially for families. And so that's what I cover. Like, my content is stuff that we, I don't know, care about, and what we would want to know about Wichita.
Right.
And so, yeah, I've already I started that like 3 months ago, and I've started to see a good amount of success, um, just with that.
That's amazing.
But there's a lot of reasons why, like, I can get super technical and nerd out about it. But
I love it. I love it. I love it because it's you being you. You show up in your shirt. I've seen videos of you probably wearing this shirt you're wearing
yeah,
right now.
pretty much like in a t-shirt. I
And
mean,
you're a very down to earth, um, cool person, man.
I appreciate it.
I love that
That's
about you.
that's the vibe we're going for. I don't want it to be an ad,
Yeah.
because that's what a lot of content in social media is like, okay, this is an ad, swipe.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want it to be something that I would genuinely be interested in watching. Especially if I was someone that was researching Wichita or the surrounding areas.
Right. Man,
Yeah.
you're doing really good at it. I can't wait to see what happens with your business in the next few years because I know how you started it, the success you had in the beginning. You've been growing it. You're in the top 100, and now you're taking this turn with YouTube, and that's become successful. You do a good job, man. You are you're meant to be an entrepreneur, an entrepreneur, and you use your engineer mind, man, to engineer your business, and it's phenomenal. Um, do you feature any contractors ever, or do you feature people, or do you feature places?
So, like I said, we've only done it for 3 months. We put out one video a week, and we've done like one community highlight. So like there's a new development in East Wichita. It's in the Andover School District called Freestone, built by Nice Homes.
Okay.
Super cool houses in a good spot.
Okay.
You know, Wichita Techs, Andover Schools, that's like a good whatever. And the house.
So that's a community. You're featuring a community.
So there was a lot to show off.
Not
about
an individual or anything like that.
And so I want to show off stuff like that I think is really cool. So different communities around town, like
developments, things that are developing in the Wichita area,
things
like businesses, restaurants.
Right. So like one video is 15 Wichita restaurants you got to try, or I think it was ranked or something like that.
Yeah.
The last video we posted last week was the rise and fall of the West Wichita or Town West Mall.
Town West Mall.
And like that's doing really good.
I bet it is, man.
Are
you going to tackle Joyland? You got to put Joyland in there, man. I thought about
doing Joyland.
Dude, that would definitely get a lot of Wichita attention.
Yeah. I never actually like experienced Joyland.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was born in 96. I don't really know when that.
Caleb, I just graduated.
Yeah.
In 95. So when you were born, I was 1 year out of high school, man. That's why you don't know about Joyland.
Well, I know about it, but I never.
Or you never. That's why you didn't experience it. Yeah. Dude, it was the place, man. I'm telling you, it's weird. You know how? Do you know that they have the carousel
at the
Botanica?
It's for sure
great. So when I see that, man, it's very like, to me, it just brings back, real nostalgic, man.
Yeah.
Well, so you're not necessarily featuring people. Well, one person I do want to feature before we wrap up the show today is Daniel Keeley, who's the owner of Keeley Roofing, and I know that you work with and use.
I know, right? Daniel.
And,
Daniel.
Recommend Daniel.
Exceptional guy.
Yeah.
If you need an honest roofer.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
He's
very legit.
He's the man. So when the storm hits and you need someone who's got you covered, like literally covered on your house, that would be Daniel. With Keeley Roofing, they've built their reputation on quality, reliability, and doing the job right the first time, which that's 100% accurate about him and his team. So whether it's small repair or full roof replacement, they treat your home like it's their own. And here in Kansas, your roof takes a beating sometimes. So protect it with the best. Call Daniel. Tell him Mortgage Punk sent you. And Daniel, thanks again for sponsoring the podcast. You're a quality dude, man. We hope to send more people your way to take care of their roofing needs. So anyhow, all right. So what's the next 5-year trajectory look like in your business with YouTube? And just some of the things you're not so passionate about, as you say.
Yeah.
What's on the horizon?
My wife would complain like I have to do something new every year or two. I've started to slow down. Like I've started to stick with things a little bit longer.
Okay.
But entrepreneurs just like to try new things.
You feel like a squirrel?
Yeah.
People,
they call it like the shiny object syndrome or whatever.
Do people say that about you?
I don't know. My wife would say that.
She would. You probably have some other traits about you that might mask that a little bit.
Maybe.
Like me, I'm terrible, man. It's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. I probably get called that every day.
Yeah. But anyway, so like I'm always what's next? What's the next thing? Or like I get bored.
Yeah.
Like
and you want to conquer something.
Yeah. Like I did the realtor thing and I got decently successful at it.
Yep.
And I'm like, what's next?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. So anyway, just now I'm putting so much attention and focus on growing the YouTube channel. Like I'm nerding out over it, trying to make the best videos that we can.
You're doing
looking
great.
At retention curves and like what's getting attention, what's not, click-through rates and all the things.
Yeah.
And optimizing the thumbnails and the titles and trying to grow that as a source to capture a lot of the relocation business coming to Wichita. I would love to work with also local people, but YouTube's cool because it's keyword driven. So when someone's like researching moving to Wichita, like probably a lot of my content will show up.
Right.
And a lot of other things. But so trying to capture a lot of that business and maybe eventually turn that into a referral based business where, I bring them in, I talk to them, and then I hook them up with an awesome local realtor that is actually very legit.
Yeah. And
then to work closely with them versus working with each one of them individually to, help them go through A to Z real estate purchase. So that's like an idea.
So growing a podcast, that's really where your focus is at right now, on just
growing the YouTube. Yeah.
Really grow.
The channel.
Not podcast. Sorry. YouTube. Yeah.
No podcast yet. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
But growing that, I think that's like the next phase of realtor Caleb. And I don't know how fast that goes. Right now, I'm trying to grow the channel and all that stuff. But I'm also ramping up on flipping houses personally.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I have started doing more of, and I really enjoy it.
And then you've got something that you told me about. I don't know if you want to share it here as we wrap up, but do you have something coming that other realtors may find valuable?
As far as like the resources and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've thought about like, I've got really good resources for people that come into my world. Like they watch my YouTube video, they download my community guide, they get on my newsletter. Both of these are actually like very good free resources,
Mm-hmm.
not generic, typical realtor stuff like recipes and when to change your air filter. Like no one cares about that stuff. But yeah, I've thought about like helping other realtors set up this system, pretty much business in a box for marketing. After doing so many different things, I've found this actually creates a sustainable business.
Generate real referrals.
Yeah.
Real quality referrals.
Yeah. So I've thought about, like
if you do that, when's that coming? Is that like in the next year, next couple years?
I couldn't tell you. I would say it would be at the point where I felt that if I help someone else do it, they would definitely find success. So once the YouTube channel gets to a certain size or whatever, a lot of these resources actually are super good for like helping people create those for their market or their business. I could probably do that today, but
so if you're a realtor watching this episode, you might jump on Wichita Dads and subscribe and follow Caleb.
Yeah, the channel is the Wichita Dad, or you can just put in my name and you should be able to find me. Hop on the newsletter. If you're local, definitely hop on the newsletter because it's like things to do, new developments, and like just cool things around Wichita every Friday. So if you need weekend plans, like that's the place to get it. And then I got a community guide that goes over all of the surrounding suburbs and Wichita with the same things to do, school ratings, house prices, median incomes, like different demographics that we spend a lot of time putting together.
Awesome. Well, hey, follow Caleb, guys, especially if you're realtors in the industry. Caleb might start sharing some of his resources or making them available or make an offer to you for, different ways. I'll let him, you just follow him. I'll let him share with you
if anything,
what he may or may not do over the years.
And just steal my stuff. I don't care.
Or there you go. Man, Caleb, I appreciate you coming on the show. You're just one of the most, this year, I wanted to really meet and dig in and connect with some new agents. You're definitely one of the few that I've been able to really connect with. And I just love your story, man. You're inspiring to me. And I love watching you. So
thank you. Likewise,
trust me, I'm making mental notes every time we meet up and I talk to you. So, but you do a really good job taking care of your clients. You do that at a high level. You operate your business at a high level. And so I'm just, super thankful we've connected and appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. All right. Thanks everyone for watching the show. We'll be on next time for another episode and another top producer in our market. So thanks again, Caleb. Have a good one.
Cool. You too.
Peace out. See you guys. Bye.